Every one of these automotive websites was built using the same workflow, but they're not copies of one template. Each one was customized for a different automotive service, with its own content, services, positioning, media, and quote flow. And in this video, we're going to use that same workflow to build this complete mobile paint correction website from scratch. Because most AI website tutorials stop as soon as the website looks good, but a good-looking website isn't enough. It still needs to match the actual business, guide visitors toward the right action, work properly on mobile, and use content and media that make sense for that specific service. And once it's built, you still need a practical way to publish it, connect a real domain, and update it later without starting over. So we're going to complete the entire process. We'll customize the website for a specific local business, add real automotive media, create a working before and after comparison, and a guided WhatsApp quote flow. Then, publish the project through GitHub and Hostinger as a real public website. After it goes live, I'll also show you how to make a focused update without rebuilding or manually uploading the entire project again. The same workflow can be used for car detailing, ceramic coating, window tinting, PPF installation, and vehicle wrapping. And you can start the build using free tools. Google AI Studio offers free usage for building and testing, GitHub is free, and the complete guide for this tutorial is available for free below the video. You only need hosting once the website is finished and you're ready to publish it online. For this tutorial, we'll build a mobile paint correction website for a fictional business called Oris Auto Detail, based in New York City. Let's start by customizing it for the business. In step 1, we'll customize the website around the business we're building it for. We'll define the service, how the business operates, how customers request a quote, and the visual direction of the site. The setup is divided into 3 short sections: business setup, conversion setup, and brand setup. We'll start with business setup. We'll begin by choosing the automotive service. The guide supports car detailing, ceramic coating, paint correction, window tinting, PPF installation, and vehicle wrapping. For this project, I'll choose paint correction. This choice will shape the services, content, quote flow, and recommendations used later in the build. Next, we choose how the business operates, from a studio, as a mobile service, or both. Oris Auto Detail will travel to the customer, so I'll select mobile. Now I'll enter the business name, Oris Auto Detail, and set the service area to New York City. That's the core business information in place, so let's continue to conversion setup. In conversion setup, we decide how the services are presented and how visitors request a quote. For pricing, we can either show starting prices or use custom quotes only. With starting prices, we can use the recommended services and add a price beside each one. Because we selected paint correction, the service list already matches this type of business. We can also customize the list by renaming services, removing any the business doesn't offer, or adding new ones. So the website isn't locked to a fixed template. It can match the actual business. For this project, I'll choose custom quote only. Paint correction pricing can vary depending on the vehicle, the paint condition, and how much correction is needed, so a personalized quote makes more sense. Next, we choose whether quote requests are sent through WhatsApp or email. I'll select WhatsApp and enter the business number with the full international country code. For a US number, that starts with +1. The finished website will use this number to send the visitor's completed quote request directly through WhatsApp. Now let's move on to brand setup. In brand setup, we choose the visual direction of the website. For an existing business, we can enter its own primary, secondary, and accent colors. But because this fictional business doesn't have an existing brand system, I'll use the recommended automotive palette. We can also add something that genuinely sets the business apart, such as mobile service, specialist paint inspection, or experience with luxury vehicles. This is optional, so I'll leave it empty for this example. Now we have a summary of everything we selected. Everything looks correct, so I'll mark step 1 as complete. The business setup is ready. But before we build the website, we need to prepare the images and media Google AI Studio will use. The business settings are ready, so the next thing we need is the media. First, we choose the primary media source. For a real business, the strongest option is usually real business media, because original photos and videos show the actual work and make the website feel more trustworthy. But when those files aren't available yet, we still have 2 other options. Stock media is useful for creating an early version of the website that can be updated later. The guide links to free sources like Pexels and Pixabay, and it suggests search terms based on the automotive service we selected in step 1. Because we chose paint correction, for example, we get relevant searches like paint correction car, machine polishing car, and swirl marks car paint. We can also choose AI-generated media and create the visuals with an AI image tool. For this project, I'll use real business media since I already have photos and videos prepared for the business. Next is the before and after section. This is especially useful for paint correction because it clearly shows the difference between the vehicle before the service and the finished result. I already have a matching before and after pair, so I'll select Yes. Now we organize the media folder. This matters because Google AI Studio needs a clear way to understand where each file belongs on the website. The hero image is simply named Hero. Service images use the word Service followed by a number, and gallery images follow the same pattern. The comparison images are named Before and After. We can also include a logo and an optional hero video. Keep each file's original format. We're only changing the name before the file extension. I've already organized and renamed the media inside one folder, so I'll confirm the files are ready and mark Step 2 as complete. The business settings and media are ready. Next comes the part everything has been building toward. This is where the website actually comes together in Google AI Studio. Google AI Studio has a free tier, and for many projects, that can be enough to build and test the website without upgrading. I'll open it, create a new app, and choose one of the latest available models for this build. Now I'll return to the guide and copy the first prompt. Prepare the project workspace. This prompt doesn't build the final website yet. It creates the project workspace and prepares the media folder for the files we organized in Step 2. I'll paste the prompt into Google AI Studio and start the build. If Google AI Studio shows design previews here, I'll select Skip. At this stage, we only need the workspace and the media folder. The final website comes later. Once the setup is finished, I'll open the code view. Don't worry when the code appears. We won't need to write or edit any of it manually. The only thing we need is the media folder inside the project. You'll find it under Public, then Assets, then Media. Now I'll select all the images and videos we prepared earlier and drag them directly into that folder. Just make sure the blue indicator appears inside the media folder before you drop the files. Once they're added, Google AI Studio asks us to save the changes. I'll select Save and wait for the confirmation. The media is now stored inside the project and ready for the website to use. I'll return to the preview, then go back to the guide and confirm that the media files have been uploaded. Now we're ready for the main prompt, Build the complete website. This isn't a generic prompt. It already includes the business name, service, location, pricing style, contact method, brand direction, and media setup we selected earlier. There's also an optional Customize Prompt field. You can use it to add one specific requirement, such as an extra section or a layout preference. For this project, I'll leave it empty because the main prompt already contains the complete brief. When we open the final prompt, we can see that all of our previous choices have been turned into detailed instructions for this exact business. So instead of writing a complex prompt from scratch, everything is already prepared. I'll copy the final prompt, return to Google AI Studio, paste it into the chat, and send it. Now we'll give it a moment to build the complete website. And here's the first result. Straight away, the site is using the correct business details and the media we uploaded. The services match paint correction, the before and after comparison works, and the guided WhatsApp quote flow is already in place. The overall design is clean, focused, and built around a mobile paint correction business in New York City. That's a strong first version, created directly from the brief we prepared without having to explain the business again. Your result may look different, even when using the same guide. I tested the same setup several times, and each build kept the same business details, media, and core functionality while producing a different visual design. So this isn't one fixed template repeated for everyone. I'll also check the mobile preview. The navigation works, the content remains easy to read, and the main quote action stays clear on the smaller screen. Everything is working correctly, so I'll return to the guide, confirm that I built and checked the first website version, and mark Step 3 as complete. Now that the website is built, let's get it online. For this workflow, 3 tools work together. Google AI Studio is where we built the website, GitHub will store the project files, and Hostinger will build those files and publish the website online. Back in Google AI Studio, you may notice a Publish button at the top. That uses a separate Google publishing workflow, but we won't use it for this project. Instead, we'll connect the project to GitHub and Hostinger. This gives us a simple way to publish the website now and send future updates without uploading the entire project again. First, I'll open Settings and move to the GitHub section. If your GitHub account isn't connected yet, select Sign in to GitHub to continue. GitHub is free, so you can create an account quickly if you don't already have one. The first time you connect it, GitHub may ask you to install and authorize the Google AI Studio integration. I'll select Install and Authorize. Now we need to create a repository, which is simply where GitHub will store the website files. I'll give it a clear name that will be easy to recognize later. For this project, I'll use Oris Auto Detail. The description is optional, and I'll keep the repository private. Now I'll select Create GitHub Repository. Once the repository is ready, I'll select Stage and commit all changes. The complete project is now stored in GitHub and ready to import into Hostinger. Next, I'll return to the guide and open the Hostinger Plans page. You'll also find the same Hostinger link below the video, so you can open the correct page directly. For this publishing method, the most important thing is to choose a plan that supports Node.js web applications. Plan names and features may change, so don't choose based only on the plan name. Check the comparison and make sure Node.js support is included. From the options shown here, I'll choose the Unlimited plan because it supports Node.js and gives me room to host more websites. Next, we choose the billing period. Longer periods usually give you a lower monthly price, while shorter periods require a smaller upfront payment. I've used a longer plan before, but for this tutorial, I'll select 12 months. This also includes a free domain for the first year on eligible plans. Before continuing, I'll open the coupon field and enter the code Profit Studio. Then I'll select Apply to add the available discount. You'll also find the same Hostinger link below the video, so you can open the correct page directly. Once the plan and discount are confirmed, I'll select Continue. Hostinger will now ask me to create an account or sign in. I'll continue with Google because it's the quickest option. After completing the payment and account setup, you may see a few onboarding questions. You can complete them or simply close the setup to reach the main Hostinger dashboard. From the dashboard, I'll open Websites, select Add Website, and choose Deploy Web App. Hostinger now asks which domain or subdomain we want to use. You can connect a domain you already own, claim an eligible free domain, or use a temporary domain and change it later. For this tutorial, I'll select the domain I want and continue. Next, I'll choose Import Git Repository and continue with GitHub. Hostinger now shows the repositories connected to my GitHub account. I'll find the repository we created from Google AI Studio, Oris Auto Detail, and select Deploy. Before publishing, Hostinger shows the build settings. The main setting we need to check is the framework preset. Hostinger may detect it automatically. If it doesn't, select Vite. I'll leave the branch, node version, root directory, and the remaining settings unchanged. Now I'll select Deploy. Hostinger will import the project from GitHub, build the website, and publish it to the selected domain. After a short wait, the deployment is complete. I'll open the live website to confirm that everything loads correctly. And here it is. The website now has a public URL and can be opened from any device. The media loads correctly, the desktop layout works, and the site remains responsive on mobile. I'll return to the guide, confirm that I opened and checked the live website, and mark Step 4 as complete. The website is officially live, but a real business website will eventually need updates. In the final step, I'll show you how to make a focused change in Google AI Studio, review it before publishing, send it through GitHub, and update the live website without rebuilding everything from the beginning. Let's start with a simple text change. I want to replace the current hero headline, so I'll give Google AI Studio a short instruction. Change the hero headline to Restore your paint's clarity and shine. I'll send the prompt, and the headline updates directly. For simple changes like this, you don't need a long or complicated prompt. Now, let's replace an image. The most reliable method is to add the new image directly to the project instead of using an external image link that may stop working later. I'll switch to code, then open Public, Assets, and Media, the same media folder we used earlier. I'll drag the new image into this folder and save the change. Now the image is stored inside the website project. Next, I'll open the File menu and select Copy Path. Then I'll return to Preview. I want to replace the image used for the one-step correction service. Instead of trying to describe exactly where the image is, I can use the Edit tool. I'll select the image, and Google AI Studio adds that element to the prompt box. Now I'll type, Replace this image with, then paste the path I copied. I'll send the prompt, and the image is replaced. The Edit tool also works with text. For example, I'll select the one-step correction title and type, Change this headline to Paint Enhancement. After sending the prompt, the service title is updated as well. So for general changes, you can type a direct prompt. And when you need to target one specific image, title, button, or section, the Edit tool makes it much easier to select the exact element. At this point, the changes only exist inside Google AI Studio. They are not live on the public website yet. Before publishing them, let's also see how to undo a change. I'll open Settings, then go to Versions. Here, Google AI Studio keeps previous versions and snapshots, along with the time and date. I want to keep the new hero headline, but remove the last two service card changes. So I'll select the version from before those edits and choose Restore Version. Now, the service image and title are back to their earlier state, while the hero headline remains updated. This gives you a safe way to experiment, because you can return to an earlier working version whenever a change doesn't turn out the way you expected. Once you're happy with the final result, we can publish the update. There's no need to upload the project to Hostinger again. I'll open the GitHub section in Google AI Studio, add a short description of the changes, and select Stage and commit all changes. That sends the updated files to GitHub. Because Hostinger is already connected to this repository, it detects the new commit and redeploys the website automatically. So the update workflow is simple. Make the change in Google AI Studio, send it to GitHub, and Hostinger publishes the new version automatically. We don't need to rebuild the website or upload the full project again. Once the deployment finishes, I'll refresh the live website. You may need to wait a moment or refresh again because of normal browser or CDN caching. And now, the updated hero headline is live on the public website. That completes the full workflow. We customized the business, prepared the media, built the website in Google AI Studio, published it through GitHub and Hostinger, and created a simple way to update it later. So that's the complete process, from the first setup to a live website that can still be improved over time. You can use the same workflow for car detailing, ceramic coating, window tinting, PPF installation, vehicle wrapping, and other automotive services supported by the guide. The complete guide is linked below the video, so you can follow every step and generate the prompts for your own business. If this tutorial helped you, subscribe for more practical AI website builds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.